Okay. Is this picking it up? Okay, there we go. It is now. Hello, everyone. Back for Thursday night edition of the Midwest F1 League Division 2 edition, as well as our final week before the Thanksgiving, American Thanksgiving, that is, break. Do you guys do it in October as well, Jacko? Do you do it in October as well? Thanksgiving. What? Who do you give thanks to?
Anyone.
Uh-oh.
What even is Thanksgiving? I don't even know.
There's a couple of different reasons for Thanksgiving.
Which you're currently searching, so you don't actually know the answer either.
What are you talking about? Of course I do. Canadian
I
Thanksgiving is
mechanic
October.
people.
Oh, no, right, that's right. Kind of like, what? I knew that. I knew it happens in October. It's on a Monday.
Oh, I know. I thought it was November, but whatever.
No, Canadian Thanksgiving is in November or October. Americans is in November.
Okay. Well, I know that it's associated with Turkey, which is kind of interesting.
Okay, everyone seems to know about the story of American Thanksgiving. Nope. But do you even know how Canadian Thanksgiving came about, and the fact that Canadian Thanksgiving may have even predated the Pilgrims' big meal? There you go. The tradition of Thanksgiving originated with the Harvest Festival, an autumn celebration meant to show appreciation to the bountiful harvest of the season. However, Canadian Thanksgiving was originally less about for celebrating the harvest and more about thanking God for keeping early explorer. God damn it. Okay.
Alright, so a religious holiday. Classic.
Yeah, whatever, we get turkey. Turkey's good.
Whatever we get turkey. Yeah, fair enough.
Do you like ham?
Alright, well,
Do you actually?
anyway.
Do you like ham?
Do I like ham? Yeah, it's alright.
Ham's solid. I think it's underrated, to be honest.
It is solid.
A nice honey ham. It's delicious. But okay, I guess we're into the lobby here already. We've got some drivers already making their way around track. Ooh, an Alfa Romeo looks like to be leading the way. And that is an Alpha of EDA Got Palmer. Nope, I lied. Wait. What am I viewing here, Jacko? Seiya Yines. There we go. Okay, so we got a little bit of time before Seiya Yines comes around. What says you about this track, Jacko, and your excitement for Division 2 tonight?
Yeah, well, obviously it's been, I think, on the calendar since about 2010, although this is the first in-game time that we've had the altered version of the track. It was, of course, 2021 in real life, where the character was basically destroyed and brought into this shitty version of the track. But here we are anyway. Some people like it. In fact, most people like it for some reason. And yeah, we've got still a reasonably good track. It's just lost a bit of its character.
Some people call you opinionated. I don't get it. But anyhow.
No, I don't get it either. As we have a Ferrari facing the wall.
So I guess we'll jump on board with the Capital. No, I lied again. It is Got Palmer. Jump on board with Got Palmer here, Jacko, and take us around Abu Dhabi for the first time.
Let's find Got Palmer first. Okay, here he is. Well, okay, into turn one of the unchanged corners. Ooh, nicely taken through there, actually. That was very close to invalid. This can be flat, in fact should be flat in qualifying, but it might present you with some issues later, when you have full fuel and perhaps worn tyres. Into one of the newer corners, it's very difficult to make moves into there without sort of locking up, hitting the person on the outside if you're going for the inside, unless you're Max Verstappen in 2021 with much better tyres than Hamilton proved. Got a DRS straight here into the unchanged chicane. Usually makes for a good setup to a DRS pass on this second straight here. You can easily let people pass in that first DRS straight and then set them up to be re-overtaken on the next one, which can save you some ERS and depending on how that works out, a position.
It's like we've seen that in
Purple
some of
sector
your
there.
battles.
Yeah, and now into this long sweeping left, which has replaced the triple chicane and a 90-degree left, which was not a great decision. Now we've got these corners which have been slightly widened, also removing some camber, I believe, which makes them a bit faster and harder to pass through. And into the last few corners, looks like a pretty good lap actually here from Palmer. Probably, well, he's definitely going to go to provisional pole. Doesn't stay left though, which maybe docked up a few thousandths of a second. But immediately beaten by Matt Rosie, who's returning, it seems, I'm not sure if he's full-time in Division 2 or if he's reserving up, or how that's worked, but we know that this guy is a winner in Division 1, so it will be something to watch out for, this Alpine.
Yeah, I'll be excited to see him back in the seat this season, or for as many races that we do get to. Just kind of tracking the cars coming over the line there. It looks like we got Hawksid after Hightower. We'll wait for him to come through, and then a Red Bull to follow after. Hawksid going 5th. I lied, it wasn't Hightower. It was Bobbert Yates seeming to start a hot lap there. And then the Red Bull VTEC as well starting one. And then No Jug.
I'm going to stay on board with No Jug. Okay. He just immediately lost it.
Wow,
that's the commentator's curse if ever I've seen one.
Yeah,
However,
that's a solid one.
He's still got time in this session, and No Jug, I know, is very quick at this track. I think I raced him in the 100% league, maybe closing in on a month ago.
Oh, and, I was there.
He didn't finish the race, but he was very quick. So the speed should remain, I would think. And also, I think he won last week's race.
Peter's saying that Rosie's on the reserve list, but
I see.
Once he gets back in, he should shoot back up, as did PH as well points out. So here we
Yeah, good call there, Peter.
Mm-hmm.
So No Jug did actually set a lap time. He's got a 1:40.2. That I imagine he'll improve that. Probably going to come into the pits this lap though.
Grim Reefer, kind of a long-time driver here in the Midwest as well. He puts himself into 6th position standing right now. Got Bobbert, and then I think VTEC, the GOAT as many call him, just coming around the final corner as well as his teammate A. Daltonian starts his first hot lap as well. Where does the GOAT go? Into 9th. That's a strategic 9th though, if you know him.
Yeah, of course. VTEC does like starting at the back. He may even find himself disqualified by the end of this qualifying session, so that happens.
Yeah, he's not content with how up the field he is, so he just DNFs himself, disqualifies himself.
Just casting my eye along the left side of this leaderboard here, there's a lot of drivers who have been in Division 1 before, so very deep quality to this field. Of course, we know that Matt Rosie has been there. We've had some people reserve up there as well, like Palmer, for example, like VTEC. Nicky back in early seasons. Yeah, exactly. Tiger last season got demoted, but, still a great driver. Swee, a multiple-time champion, actually, in constructors' terms.
Yes.
And you've got Helg as well. And then you've got the potential as well, such as T-Brum. Jug. No Jug's definitely going to make it there. He has some consistency this season, so very deep quality to this field. Houdini, of course, I believe is 2 times drivers' champion on his way up through the divisions as well, which must be fairly rare in this.
It was actually back-to-back as well, because I believe he went Division 4 champ, Division 3 champ, and then I think he finished top 5. He's been fairly high up ever since he's been in Division 2, but just can't get that full season of consistency to bring him up into Division 1. So yeah, no slouch indeed. That driver there.
And if you want to check that sort of statistic out as a member of the Discord, you can always head to the Vault, which has been constructed by Spaceman. Which was actually it's a fantastic effort to put all that stuff together. Great statistic bank to look back on.
Whoa, Mother Ellie, easy in chat there, okay? I made a mistake. I didn't erase the 1 and put a 2. Wow.
Wow.
She's going at me here. We might need a mute button on her.
Well, I don't believe there is going to be a stream for Division 1, Mother Ellie. It will be post-race lengthy video. Hotspot likes to do it that way.
And it's quality.
But he does edit out like safety car periods as well, so it's kind of good to cut it down a little bit.
Sorry, you get some of your Thursday back, okay, Mother Ellie? Jeez.
Unless you want to support these D2 guys. I mean, Swee's in here. I know he's related to Mystic.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true. She'll probably lose.
Give some support, shout out.
No, she tends to have us on mute during the race as is, so I don't think she'd just stick around for fun. If she does, prove me wrong, Mother Ellie, prove me wrong. I'd love to see it. Here we go. Adoltonian should be in the pit. Yeah, here's the next hot lap we got going on here. Rosie, Hawksid. Oh, Hawksid setting up for one.
I think we're about to see No Jug start one, as well as maybe the Ferrari comes in as well. Both Ferraris.
Yeah. Hawksid and Rosie
Palmer.
did just start one as well. Is Capital finishing up one? Yeah, he is. In the final sector here of his time. Let's see where he can go.
Yeah, so Mother Ellie is ready for Sweet. Correct there. Let's go. Sweet currently 13th in the McLaren. We're looking to move up a bit from there.
It just got pushed down to 14th with the finish time of Capital going 11th.
No Jug purple through the first sector. We know that can be glitchy, especially when you're far down the leaderboard, but it looked pretty quick from my vantage point at least.
Nicky currently up on his time as well. Currently sitting 9th. Shaving off a couple tenths of a second here can really launch him up the order, and that's exactly what happens as he jumps up to 4th. Solid go there from Nicky.
Approaching the second sector split here for No Jug, and well, it would seem to be green. He's 1/10 up. So I believe he made this mistake on his previous lap in the last sector, obviously, because it was the last turn. So that's not really going to tell us where he's going to come by the end of the lap.
Yeah, but we're going to have some really quick drivers coming over here.
Oh, loses the rear.
Oh.
The lap is gone. Damn, No Jug pushing very hard. I don't think he needs to push this hard. Just needs a banker and he'll probably find himself in the top 3.
Yeah. Ooh. Palmer getting a little loose around the final corner. Says he saves you a little bit of time there, or has made up a little bit of time, but no position.
Here comes T. Brum, one of the drivers I expect to be in the top 5 by the end of the qualifying session. Around the last turn, currently without a lap time, and goes to the top by 1/10.
That is quite the improvement.
Yeah, T-Rum's one of those guys that when you have him on your friends list, you see him always right at the top of the leaderboards in time trial. You know those top 3 or 4 guys. So he's quick, and in qualifying, that's where you expect to see that evidenced.
So a nice little improvement there from with the Haas of Hightower. He's jumped up into 12th now. His teammate Held. Held just finished one as well.
We've got a lot of H's going on there. Team Haas, Hightower, and Held.
Yeah.
And Hulkenberg.
And Hightower. Houdini.
I mean, sure.
I believe that starts finish.
It does, but it's a Mercedes.
Well, it's just another age. I mean,
Yeah.
They're not just going to deny him from the H party.
No, you can probably invite him to that. Probably invite Hawksid as well.
Yeah, true. Hannibal Electric, he'll be there. I don't know anyone else.
It's an elite party, that one.
Yeah, yeah, that'd be kind of cool. But anyway. Speaking of an H, Hightower's into the pit. Kind of anticlimactic. I think Bobbert Yates looks like he's going to be loading up for a hot lap. He's got quite a bit of ERS saved up here, where he's actually in the pit. About to start one. Do you have anyone coming over there, Jacko?
Not currently, no.
Helga. So actually, is that his best? Okay. So VTech, VTech actually set his time in 11th on mediums. I mean, fair play.
Which means he's selected either balanced or harder on the tyre selection screen. So he'll have 2 mediums at least to play with in the race, albeit one of them will be slightly, which shouldn't matter that much. It might be one that you pop on if there's a late safety car.
So No Jug's back into the pit again, still with a very slow time.
Yeah, I mean, he's not got a lot of time left. There's 4 minutes, 10 seconds left. That's enough to get around and set a lap time. But with no banker, really, it's not ideal. Oh, and Alpine slaps the wall coming into the pit lane That was Tiger. That was wild. Almost the Ross Chastain way of pitting.
Yeah, that was brilliant, eh? I love how you credit it straight to video games too.
That is quite funny. I usually hate it when commentators and drivers say, "Oh, it's like a video game," but that genuinely was.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, but I know like it's like a created player and whatnot. That term, it's kind of overused nowadays. But yeah, that was absolutely spot on though.
Well, only one car currently on track. Two of them leaving. Okay, we got some outlaps going on now. I think Adeltonian might pit here actually. Yeah, he does. So everyone basically coming under the pits for their last run.
Vtech retired.
Yeah, saving some tyres perhaps. And no disqualification, so he's not going to be starting at the back.
Oh, this is weird for him.
Unless everyone behind him improves.
Yeah. Well, imagine if someone tried to pull that Chastain move in F1. The whole left side of the car, right side of the car would just be blown up. Would be disintegrated.
The man to call on for that is Nicholas Latifi.
You mean
that's his line anyway.
Goat Tifi?
Yeah.
Dude, the guy knows exactly what he's doing, okay?
Does he?
Yeah.
It's that Canadian hive mind, is it?
Dude, I can't. I tried to explain it to you, Jacko. You just wouldn't get it, so it's not
Fair enough.
His dad does make good coffee, I can tell you that much.
Well, that's always a plus.
Okay, so we've got Hoxton, Matt Rosie, a lot of the quick drivers now starting hot laps. Hightower, Capital as well as on one. Valentine and Houdini has not left the pit, so they need to do that like now if they want to get a time set, but it doesn't look like they have any interest in that. We're going to be getting a lot of...
Hoxton, I believe, was the champion of Division 3 last season, so he's moving up with some momentum, already in the top 3 in this qualifying session. In round 2, moving up the whole division, looking probably to join his GSR stablemates in Division 1 at some point.
Yeah, good point. I can confirm he won Division 3 by quite some margin, actually, over 100 points ahead of Capital. And in Division 3, that's a big win.
Yeah, he has backed off from this lap though, so that is not going to be an improvement. Let's have a look at Matt Rosie, multiple-time race winner in Division 1. Quite the expectations on this man's shoulders, I'd say.
All of Canada, if you will.
True.
There's got to be another Canadian in this, right? Valentine? No.
Well, that's interesting, Crash. Who would you say is Canada's best league racer?
Well, I mean, probably myself.
If you were to not be so humble.
Oh, okay. You should have specified that. Other than yourself, Crash, who do you think is the best?
Of course.
Okay.
I thought that was obvious. But anyway, let's go. Who is it?
Let me look at the world location, just to be sure that I know. I don't want to be leaving out anyone.
Oh, Matt Rosie goes to the top. Puts his name in that hat.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Less than a 10th advantage over T-Brum, who is halfway through his lap. About a 10th up, so this could be very close. 2 tenths up now. Purple in the second sector, the Mercedes driver. Looks like he's got the fish helmet there, which is a little bit distracting for me.
Okay. I need to focus on what's happening, and then I'll answer the question. Sui finishes up here. Is that Capital? No, that's Scott Palmer.
Check out T-Brum.
Yes, just
last turn for T-Brum. Might be pole position right here.
Ooh.
There it is.
Grim Reaper now. He goes up to 7.
No Jug does find a competitive lap time with a 23.8 for 6th place.
Helg now on the soft. Goes 15th. Tiger. 8th still. We've got Shelley and Kittenpetter both done their days. Over to Nikki into the pit. Haas of Hightower, followed by Red Bull of Aid Altonian, Invalid, Valentine, Stays 19th.
Capital crossing the line. Doesn't find anything. I think that might be it. A lot of these drivers are down on the lap time. Oh no, it could be Bobbert Yates this time to shine. Maybe an improvement of one position.
Oh,
he's invalid.
Might as well have just cut the final turn then.
He tried. I don't think he could make it locked up a little bit.
Yeah,
that looks like it's it.
Yeah, okay. So you go through and I'll let you know who the best Canadian is.
Alright, well, the first thing I see here is that Mercedes had done a Haas and bookended the field 1st and 20th. T-Brum at the top, Houdini at the bottom, unfortunately. Couldn't escape the wooden spoon there. Alright, here's a full rundown of the grid. It's a Canadian front row lockout. T-Brum and Matt Rosie up there. Then we've got 2 Mexicans with Oxid and Sage. I'm not even sure how to pronounce the name, but I'm going to say Sage for easy.
Seye Yines.
Seye Yines. Okay. Yeah. Cool guy, by the way, if you ever get to chat with him. Then we've got Palmer in the top 5. No Jug finding 6th place. Grim Reaper, Tiger, Shelley and Nikki in the top 10. And that's Kitten Petter in 11th. VTEC on the mediums. Robert Yates, Hightower, Helg, Adeltonian, Swede, Capital, Valentine, and Houdini rounding out the field. Quite a lot of field spread there, surprisingly, for what I thought was going to be quite a close division, but it could just be people not quite finding the lap time in qualifying.
Yeah, true enough. Now here, actually, to answer your question, a good way to potentially decide this is from the It's Not My Thanksgiving 1v1v1 showdown next week. How's that for a plug? Yes. It is back.
There's a bit of a cop-out as well, though.
No one's talking about that until you brought it up. But, anywho, it's the 1v1v1 showdown of the It's Not My Thanksgiving tradition. The week that is taken off every week for the American Thanksgiving is turned into a fun showdown entertainment event for all of the non-Americans to take part in. With the week off in the Midwest F1 League. I know I saw your big thumbs up in that, so I'm sure you're looking forward. Have you actually won one of those? Did you get a win on that?
I believe I did the last one, probably. Question mark. It was one where I fought Jin in the finals. I think that's what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah, it might have been that. We already have 10 people with a thumbs up already, and I put that out 15 minutes before the race time, so that's pretty good. We'll see how many we can get. What do you think of the 1v1v1 format? You think that'll be fun?
Yeah, I think it brings a new element to it. It was only 2 people, I think, last time. Now it's 3, so bit of a difference. Sucks for the person who gets placed last on the grid, but
yeah,
it is what it is. It's random luck.
Yeah, no, true enough. Exactly.
I think you also had 3 laps last time rather than 5, so that's also different.
Yeah, I mean, the 3 laps is... The 5 definitely allows for more DRS battle.
Yeah.
And then,
so I hope that we're going to have slightly shorter bracket in that case.
Yeah, exactly that. There'll be less races with more people being involved.
Makes sense.
Because, yeah, if you think about if you do like 12 guys, for example, quick math here, 6 1v1s compared to 4 3v3 or 1v1v1s.
Yeah.
So, yeah. There's just the math alone. And then we can even take it a little bit farther here, Jacko, if you really want to. So each race will be 5 laps. So 5 times 4, 20. So there'll be actually more laps. Oh God, what have I done? There'll be 2.
Yeah, but loading times is also important, so that does help.
Yeah, true. Well, yeah, we'll see who gets involved. I left it open for anyone that is interested. There may be having to be a couple 1v1s or maybe a 4 driver showdown at one point to try and make up for the odd number. So that'll be kind of interesting to see how that goes. Yes, but you saw the tracks that are on display for that one, though? That will be on
I did. Commonwealth tracks make a lot of sense for that type of event, I think.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing that's why you chose it.
Yeah, it seemed like a pretty good default to go with, so...
Yeah, absolutely. Not necessarily the best tracks to battle on, but for the purpose of the event, I think it makes a lot of sense.
Yes. Okay, but here we go. We got the fish of T-Brum leading the way. But I saw a little bit of murmurs here for a 2-stop strategy. What's your take on that?
Well, it looks unlikely. We got no one on softs, which
Yeah.
really surprises me, actually. I think you can make a lot of positions early on softs, and they will go, a reasonable distance. I usually prefer to go soft at this track, but no one has done that here. We've got the majority of them on mediums, about, let's see, 5 hard choices, yeah, 5. The highest being Shelley and Ninth. I've seen the hard work really well, but it really depends on safety cars, and I think people spinning out of the new long left-hander is a possibility into the inside wall. That would be my guess for the potential safety cars being brought out, and it will really be based on who makes the best calls. Even in hindsight, really, you get it's a bit of luck in drawing when safety cars come out. So we'll see how it pans out.
Yeah, no, it'll definitely be interesting on the way that this goes. So I just want to make a quick note. VTech is in 12th and on the hard, so he's probably just going to pull over to the left and let everyone go, and then just kind of have his own race from that point on.
Ooh, that can be quite dangerous. Pulling over at the start can be dangerous, but I wouldn't put it past VTech. He does like to be at the back for these scenarios.
He's probably aggravated himself that he's starting 12th. We're in the middle of the pack. No, I don't think that guy even has an angry bone in his body, to be honest. He's very mellow.
I've certainly not seen any evidence of it.
Yes. But okay.
Few disqualifications for careless parking. We'll need to get the the parking officer out on these guys.
Capital doesn't even look like he's within the lines there in the back, but we'll see.
No, he doesn't.
No, he's not even close. Somehow gets away with it, and we're off here in Abu Dhabi for race 2 of Division 2 in the Midwest F1 League Season 8 with CPL T-Brum leading the way through Turn 1. Hoxton and Matt Rosie already getting into a little bit of a tussle as well. Say Yines bringing up the rear between those two and getting a nice look at the caboose of Hoxton and decides I'm done with that and tries to go on the outside there, but doesn't get as good of a run. Adolf swapping positions with VTech. You see, has already dropped down 3 spots. And a big lunge from Say Yines, and 2 does not go into there, and a very... Ooh, that was very close.
Yeah, he wasn't left nearly enough space by Hoxton there. That was not on Say Yines at all. He had plenty of the car up the inside and just got turned in on. I would expect that to be reviewed after the race.
Yeah, up to the discretion of the driver if he'd like to go forth and put that in.
Big wobble from Hoxton, and Palmer might be having a lunge here if he can, look like, ERS is being used by Hoxton to maintain 3rd position here. There won't be a move on. No DRS, of course, at this stage of the race.
Yeah, already T-Brum is breaking away from Matt Rosie, almost a second ahead. Let's see if now he has increased that. Oh, but it might just clear for there.
Well, Capital's off. He had gained 9 positions. It's down to 8 now on this opening lap. Still a great effort, but he went off just before the hotel. What do you call that? Yeah, the hotel.
Oh, and VTech.
Now Nicky putting him under a little bit of pressure, but fell back.
VTech has got what he has hoped
Valentine
for.
also up 7 positions, so a great start from that Aston Martin there.
Yeah, VTech's in the back of the pack getting a full spin.
VTech, as you said, VTech is last, but I don't think he wanted to be that far behind.
No, not that kind of last. There you go. We got Shelley the Turtle now bringing up the rear of Valentine. Shelley's already dropped 4 positions. That seems to be the norm for all the drivers starting on the hards. And Tiger NASCAR goes off, and in a very unfortunate position, I think Adolf Tonian got a piece of him, and as well, Shelley the Turtle ran right into the middle of them. All the drivers get away. No safety car or any sort of virtual safety car is taking place from there, so minimal debris on track. Oh god, that's quite unfortunate. So we're still early on here, and we've got a couple of spins and unfortunate situations happening with some of these drivers. But we continue on, thankfully, with no... is it an Aston Martin or Mercedes leading the way for the safety car? Oh, there you go. Hi, Jacko.
I'm back. I don't know what happened there.
You weren't happy with what I was saying?
I couldn't hear you, so I had to leave it in the comment.
Ooh, yeah, fair enough. Okay, I'm just playing. Hightower and Say Yines almost getting into it. T-Brum's spinning out.
Leader, lost it by himself, I think. New leader is now Matt Rosie. Couldn't tell if T-Brum collected the wall there. His wing looks okay. I don't know for sure though. Yeah, I think it's undamaged.
No noticeable damage there to that Mercedes. He's closely following Scott Palmer. Does not want to be behind
Yeah, he's got to be
him.
careful though. His tyres will be very hot after his, even a half spin.
Tiger NASCAR.
Should be DRS available though.
Yes, first lap with it actually.
And Palmer does not have DRS to defend with, and it looks like it's going to be fairly easy actually for the Mercedes to reclaim a podium position. However, will Palmer use this to his advantage and get him back on this next DRS straight? An easy thing to fall into, a trick you might say, to let the driver pass on the first one and come back on the second. But T-Brum has, it seems, a lot of straight line speed, or at least great traction, and isn't even under a little bit of threat.
Yeah, Scott Palmer opted to not deploy any sort of ERS in the attack. Very tight between Kit and Cutter and Grim Reaper, but nothing quite going there. Helg and Houdini swinging around each other there for 12th place, and Helg with a lovely little move on the outside on the hard compound. Gets a little tap there from Houdini, and Houdini's now under pressure from Seiya Yines as he's trying to revive his race and makes up that position. As Houdini quickly loses a couple of spots, one being to a hard compound tire as well.
Oh, there's a collision behind them as well. Hightower's involved. I couldn't tell if he was hit or that was his error, but there was definitely another car involved. It was too far away for me to tell who it was though.
Oh, no jug. No jug's out.
Yeah, looks like he fell into the trap, and it's a safety car by the way. Fell into the trap of the hot tyres around turn 2. Yeah, that might be tyre pressures. Might be just the case of not enough wing, but yeah, into the left-hand wall and first retirement of the race.
And Shelley and Tiger NASCAR into the pit. Tiger's into the pit again.
Yeah, if you're at the back, it obviously makes sense to fix any damage, get onto some fresh tyres. You're not going to lose any track position.
This is Tiger's second pit stop of the race, though.
And it's a wing replacement.
It is, yeah, okay. So.
Yep, so they're both on mediums, meaning they're not going to make it to the end. I'm not even sure Hards could make it to the end, to be honest. It's a very high-deg track.
Do you have BWT in Australia?
No.
It's a mineral water company or something, isn't it?
I believe it's British, right? That's what the B stands for, doesn't it?
They got a lot of money, though.
Seems that way.
Water treatment company.
So we've got leaders entering the pits. At least Matt Rosie. Drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car for T-Brum, who is now second, but obviously won't be after the safety car period. Hard tyres for Matt Rosie. Does he believe they can get to the end? It's going to be a tough call, especially as they will be slow at the end as well, and initially on the restart. Not many cars following him in. He was going to tumble down the order. So track position may have been the thing to keep there. I'm not sure if that was the right decision. I guess we'll see how it plays out though. The only other car to pit is Houdini. Ends up down in 17th. So it's all come up Oxid. He's now got the lead of the race. So track position. He's got the car behind him, which has been very quick, albeit sideways at points, with a penalty to serve after the safety car. And yeah, that looks pretty good for the Williams driver.
So the B stands for Ben Kaiser.
Oh, okay.
Ben Kaiser.
We're talking about this, the sponsor of like Racing Point and now other things. Who are they sponsoring now?
Plan.
Alpine.
Ben Kaiser,
Yeah, that's right.
Wasser Technik.
Oh, so that sounds German then.
Austrian.
Okay, well it's the German language, so that's correct still.
Yeah,
Alright, so we've got Capital sitting here in 7th, up 11 positions, looking very nice for him. Valentine up 10, only 2 cars behind. Both of them making the most inroads in this race. Tiger is down 11 positions, Shelley down 9. A couple of drivers down 8 as well, but no Jug, their retirement is down 14. So that's the worst hit of anyone. And obviously, he can't improve that being out of the race and the cause of this safety car. Pit for T-Brum, I mean, it's not going to serve the penalty, but it might be a good time for him to put odds on at least, so he's got a pit stop out of the way. Oh, it's a wing change as well. That may have been part of the collision we saw with the wall, although it didn't look like he had damage then.
Yeah. So
Either way, may as well do that pit stop then. Cyan Hines has joined him in the pits a lap late. I kept thinking it's like Psyduck, you know, it goes Cyan.
I heard the I heard the struggle there.
I'm gonna lose my mind, dude. Anyway, he pits as well. Probably not the right lap to pit.
Say it like a Spaniard.
I can't. I'm not a Spaniard.
Say yeah.
For sure, the chickens.
Oh. Here we go. Okay. Safety car should cover this lap. Plenty to play for still. Only one guy out, but one of the quicker drivers, so that opens up the field a little bit. And with the safety
Puts
car,
up the championship too, because No
Yeah.
Jug was the winner last week.
True enough. Currently, right now, Matt Rosie's sitting the highest with the pit stop, ahead of a couple of drivers who have yet to pit. Tiger NASCAR, I think, has 2. Yeah, and a nasty DT penalty drive-through for T-Rum later on.
That's interesting. No Jug was last week's winner. Tiger was last week's second place, and they're 20th and 19th.
Oh.
So, completely on its head.
Where did
VTEC was also on the podium. So 14.
Yayain's finish? Let's see, I'm pulling it up.
Where is he? Don't even think he was in that particular race.
Oh.
Yeah, Chalet was the other Ferrari.
Is he from Division 3? I don't think so. No, he doesn't seem like he was there last race.
Alright, restart is about to happen. It looks like the Williams has gone. Palmer, reasonably good reflexes. He's 4/10 behind. Doesn't get very much drive out of the last turn though, so was unfortunate.
Already a yellow flag there. Oh, sorry, that's T-Brock coming into the pit, so yeah, we're all good.
Yeah, serving his penalty. We've got Capital all over Bobbert Yates, looking to find a 13th position. Oh, Bobbert lost it completely. Capital did a fantastic job of avoiding the rear.
I do not.
Unless I got received some lag there, I'm not sure what happened.
I have no idea how he got past that. I jumped on board right before he went through, and it looked like it was very last minute.
Oh, it's very close between Valentine and Matt Rosie. They almost rubbed down the straight. That could have been catastrophic. And Valentine is fighting it back. Not sure who's going to be able to... Yeah, he can't make a move there. Matt Rosie making it 2 positions since the restart. Not a bad restart at all.
Yeah, very well done for being on those hard compounds as well.
Yeah, it's usually very hard to get them fired up, so he might take a while to capture the cars in front of him. But that's fine. They all still need to pit. He's in the best position right now. Of course, if he can make those tyres to the end. But even so, if he can make some passes, he'll still be in a good position. They've got something happened wrong. Is that
Tiger?
Yeah, that's Tiger having spun out of that long left-hander. Here comes Bobbert Yates as well. At insult to injury, another position lost for Tiger.
Oh, a yellow flag there. We got an Aston Martin off, and that's
Nicky
spun around.
Second last turn, not entirely sure how that happened or if anyone else was involved, but he's waited for a gap. A responsible thing to do, of course. And resumes the race in 16th. Unfortunate because he had been up there in the top 10. Further yellows now. T-Brum is suffering fast, having been looking good at the top of the... Oh! Oh, that could have been a purposeful crash there. I think that was what he intended, but it didn't put him out of the race. He's now going to enter the pits. Maybe retire, maybe replace the wing. Locks up, misses the pit lane, cuts the pit lane entry. It's all gone wrong for T-Brum.
I don't want to... Yeah,
he's retired.
Yeah, coming into the pit to retire. I didn't want to get on board with that and kind of witness that. Just let the man die.
Yeah, that was not good.
Oh,
Tilt, you might say.
Yeah, we got a nice little battle here between Matt Rosie and Capital. Matt Rosie looking really quick in that Alpine
Whoops around the outside.
Yeah, and Capital was under some serious stress there as he was completely out of ERS, going to zero saved battle.
They flags.
Oh, VTech and Helg. It looks
many
like
drivers in. Yep.
Yeah, it seemed like VTech collected Helg there, or tried to avoid, went into the wall with Helg initially.
That's another safety car as well. So, oh, that was so close there from Robert Yates and Helg. As I think, yeah, he has to get the position back. Robert Yates does. Lots of drivers going to come into the pits here. Matt Rosie will stay out, have the race lead, albeit on slightly older tyres. Is anyone else not going to pit? Looks like Hightower is staying out.
Hightower and Sadie Irons. And as well as
Yep.
Shelley.
So 3 of those 4 guys definitely pitted earlier in the race. I don't think Hightower has.
Nikki stays out as well. So Nikki gains back a couple of positions there. But still is yet to pit in this race, is it? Yes.
Crazy that 2 of the podium drivers from last week are out of this race.
And the GOAT.
And Tiger, the other podium guy, is last of those who are still in the race.
Okay, so yeah, this race is absolutely offering itself to whoever is interested in the taking. Let's see. Which actually.
Looks like Will's in the chat saying what's up guys, but not as a question.
Nikki Goat.
Yeah, so the only 2 drivers yet to stop. Actually, it might be 3, sorry. Hightower, Nikki, and Helg.
I got myself the updated track map here.
Nice!
I didn't know. Look at that, everyone. It's on display for all of you guys. Oh, with Crash McQueen's ego in chat, that means that dead text message crashed out in Division 3.
Could be a safety car.
Oh, he retired in pits.
Oh.
Yeah, don't give him the benefit of the doubt on that. Okay, so things are coming to a start. Maybe this lap. Let's see. It depends if Tiger NASCAR can catch up.
It's probably not, because I think they only caught the safety car this lap. Because they had been past it when it was deployed. It could be. I'm not entirely sure on that.
Isn't it so funny how the safety cars, when they're just flying around, look so pedestrian? But, like, really, they are just, like, humming. It's just so funny.
Yeah, I mean, you consider that speed that they're doing now. It's like double highway speeds, but it looks very slow.
Yeah.
That's just how it is.
Oh, Capital, what's happened to him? He's spun. He's lost some positions.
Oh,
He's
dear.
actually hit the wall as well. It looks like there's a piece of his end plate on the ground there. Get confirmation, but he should be in the pit. Yeah, he is without his right end plate, so made some contact.
It is surprising how many crashes happen on the safety car, but I guess it is a
unbelievable.
time where drivers are slightly less concentrated and, you know, taking a bit of a break, and then these little things just creep in. It's still easy to spin a car, even at half speed. In fact, the tyres are so cold that sometimes it's easier. Slaps it in neutral as he pits, which is kind of interesting.
Oh, that's funny. What? Hey, Capital, another guy that did get promotion from Division 3 last season.
Okay.
He came second to that man, Hawk Sid, sitting in 5th. The last guy to get promotion was front runner. He's not here this evening, I guess.
I think he got called up to Division 1.
Oh yes, with the late someone on the AlphaTauri team was out.
So we've got Hoxid here with the freshest tyres that I would imagine are going to go to the end. Or freshest in the top 5 at least. Everyone ahead of him had fitted at least the previous safety car. So it'll be interesting to see. We've got Shelley definitely making another pit stop. He's on mediums. Yeah. The top 3 are also on hards. So they potentially, I mean, they can legally make it to the end, but other than Hightower, Hightower needs to make a pit stop. But first and third can definitely legally make it to the end. Whether they can practically is another question.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun from this point out. Can Matt Rosie make it to the end here? Sorry, did you say?
I'm saying legally he can. Practically, I'm not sure. He might have to do a bit of saving, and he might be a bit slower than is ideal. But these safety car laps have helped that, so it's kind of up in the air.
Yeah, as well. Say Yines definitely brought himself back into it after that unfortunate situation there so early on. So that's good for him. Still have plenty of laps to go. Not even halfway through this race, and yeah, it's about to re-kick off here once again. We'll swing around the final couple of turns with Matt Rosie leading it. Whatever reason on board with Campbell at the end here, but a good run for Matt Rosie out from the final turn. Hightower wasn't able to keep pace, but breaks late into turn 1, trying to make up as much ground as possible. Bobbert Yates looks like he's the closest to another driver, and that is to Houdini, and Houdini is already under pressure there, going off of turn 1 and losing as well another position to Tiger NASCAR, and as well to Capital, so I'm not sure what's happening with Houdini there. He looks like he's really struggling.
Hightower was quite wide there on the approach to this long straight. He's going to be under pressure from the Ferrari behind. Looks like a lot of air is being used here. Also, the Shelley right behind the Ferrari. Looks like he's going to be shaping for a move. He's on the medium compound as well, which will help him in braking confidence. As the car on the left, very close. Space was left though, and there's no positional change. Oxid looking very feisty now. Shelley didn't get the best run out of the previous corner and swoops past for P4. Yep, and no challenges into that sweeping left. Yeah, Hoxid looking to get past as many cars as he can as soon as possible so he doesn't let Matt Rosie get too far ahead. If he can stay close, it's basically his race. With Nicky having some issues for the second time this race, facing perpendicular to the track and waiting for cars to come through, currently last, but still in the race.
Say Yines goes past and that throws Hightower off, and now Hightower might be overtaken as well from Hoxid. Say Yines was able to get through, and now he's going to try and break away with Hoxid attempting to go around the outside there into turn 1, and a lovely job done to get third spot back. And now Charlie the Turtle is to try as well get a wounding Hightower, as it seems. He swung down into turn 5 and thought about it. Go for it. Hightower going a little bit deep, and that opens it up for Charlie Turtle to bring back himself along the Haas car, and now we have a nice little drag race. And the straight to wings is pretty much it. These guys really deploying the DRS as well. It looks like Hightower's got the pace there. Scott Palmer's not too far back. So a nice little battle for 4th place between these 3 drivers. But Shelley going up over the curb, and then Hightower seeing Shelley do it, and he wanted to do it. But by doing so, losing himself the position, that was really under some pressure from Scott Palmer.
Yeah, Hightower suffering from being on the oldest tyres on the field, also hard compound tyres. He's doing well not to make any contact here. He gave the exact right amount of room at turn 1.
Watch
Didn't
out for
make contact with Shelley either.
Grim Reaper,
yeah, he's got some real pacey drivers behind Hightower now. Palmer pulls out of that one.
Ooh.
Nice over and under attempt here from the Alfa Romeo. Can't quite make it work, but it was interesting to watch.
Yeah, that was really well done from Grim Reaper. Went all the way around the outside on Scott Palmer, got the move done. Yellow flag in sector 3. That might be, I think that was Sui.
I think.
Yeah, looks like he's okay right now. But this little battle here for 5th place isn't going to be decided anytime soon. It looks like but these guys are constantly changing positions.
for sure. They're sort of a little bit bottled up behind Hightower, unfortunately, which doesn't bode well for Hightower. He needs to make a pit stop, remember, at some point. Probably going to go to the mediums in about 5 or 6 laps. Keep an eye on that. But yeah, he's put himself into this fight, and it's bottling it up a little bit. Got DRS now. He's not going to be able to defend particularly well. I think he's pretty low on ERS as well. Yeah, he's already flashing. The McLaren goes past. He'll try to escape before the rest of the pack can come past the Haas.
Kit Pettit does not get a good launch out there. He won't be under pressure there from Helg, as Helg is the same. But
he's flying past Hightower though.
Yeah, Hightower down to 7th now. Very well done by Grim Reaper and Got Palmer. They're making their way through. Well, Hightower's got to understand that this really isn't his race, these guys. He's just going to kind of keep focus on putting in good times and not going to get held up too much or waste too much of that tire. He's got to have a couple of extra laps in these hards with them, with all those safety cars like you kind of said before.
Sure. He might be attempting even to get to the softs at the end, which I don't think we've seen anyone in softs so far this race, so maybe not. But only time will tell. Might be a fastest lap thing.
Now, Kitten Pettit representing the AlphaTauri that he was doing last season in Division 1, where it did not go his way, trying to do what he can in Division 2. Currently in 8th place, C7 just ahead of him, with the A-Wing Hightower just above. He should be able to get a fairly routine overtake here in the DRS straight. Nearly gets it before the even DRS window is open for him. And through to
Talking of passes in the DRS straight, I think we should be looking at Oxid here. He's potentially setting up a move for this second DRS straight. He got very close into the braking zone, but didn't get the greatest run through the chicane. He does have the DRS, but I think he's slightly too far back, unfortunately.
Gaining quite a bit of ground, but yes, like you said, too far. And a spin
Black
there.
Flag. Is it Tiger, potentially? Yeah, I think it's Tiger. Tough day for Tiger.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Had some podiums in Division 1 last season, but it's not going right for him at all. In Abu Dhabi this time around. We've got the leader around. Matt Rosie has had an issue.
And yeah,
Recovers for P2 somehow between those two drivers who are very close. But man, he had a good advantage before that. As Valentine, I think, has some issues as well. Must be a very slippy track.
yeah, very interesting. There's a lot of drivers finding some difficulties here. Scott Palmer is really close on Shelley, but maybe he'll overtake some opportunities there. We'll see. The DRS definitely does help in battles. It's about to come through here. Scott Palmer have a good enough run on Shelley. Does not look like it. So he's going to get the slipstream as well as his own DRS. And we have a nice little DRS.
Look at that Matt for the lead here.
For sure. Yes, we got a nice.
Potentially going to set it up into the second DRS straight.
Yeah, all the way down from 2nd to 6th right now. Doesn't look like Matt's trying to stress too much for this overtake here. Didn't deploy any sort of DRS.
You know, it might be timing to calm down. Make sure that not too much heat goes through those tyres. Don't exert too much energy.
Yeah, all three of these guys need these to go to the rest of the race, really. I mean, or trying to. Or have the potential.
It's a bit wide there from Shelley, but he maintains position. Possibly got a warning for that there.
Another yellow flag, and that's Helg this time.
Helg. The unmoving Helg.
Yes.
Right, he's gotten going. Oh, I think Capital hit the wall trying to avoid him there, though.
See if we can get we don't see any visible end plate damage there. Robert Yates in the pit.
And I think I saw the end plate flying through the damn sky.
Yeah, it's still on his car, that is.
That's weird. Alright, we've got pit stops possibly damaged. Bobbett and Helg going for...
What was that thing? Did Max Verstappen throw some sort of that plastic piece out of his car and it got caught in the Alpine?
Teroff, I think.
Yeah, like a month ago. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do. As Matt takes the lead, by the way, with DRS. We do have someone on soft tyres, by the way. That is Tiger Nazca.
12 laps to go. Is it viable?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
I'd say the maximum you can get out of a soft tyre is 9 laps, but they're not going to be pleasant laps, especially those last 3.
Yeah, but I don't see these front 3 really stressing at this point. Sui spinning again. That's quite a bit, man.
It's that long sweeping left has a really savage bump on the exit, which if you hit it wrong, it just sends you to the left. I imagine that's what's happened to a couple of these guys. It's a new feature of the track, of course.
To better the track, right? With Shelly the Turtle as well spinning.
Yeah, Shelly won't agree. He's spun as well. Yeah. To better the track, yes.
Got Palmer. Seems to have finally got Grim Reaper.
Yep, but he's going to have another DRS straight to defend on here. Might be tough. He's got less ERS to work with, but he gets great traction out of the corner, so looks safe. Top 3 are pretty close, all within a second here. And Mike goes a bit wide. Hopefully that's not a warning for him.
Hightowers just puts him along there in 8th place. It'd be good for him to just piggyback off of that DRS from Eddie Daltonian if he's just going to be able to drag him through for a little bit there. Might be able to...
Hightower needs a safety car to make his strategy work. He needs a late one.
Yeah.
He can put on a nice fresh tyre. He will still lose some track position, although he has to hope that other guys also go for the pits. Otherwise, he's going to be in a bit of trouble.
Here we go, Matt Rosie now starting opening up the gap a little bit here to say, and he's deployed a little bit of that ERS as well, trying to do so, but it doesn't look like he increases it to above DRS detection. Shelly the Turtle into the pit now. Let's see what Shelly opts to. Shelly might be crazy and go for the softs. No, he goes for medium.
Mediums makes a lot of sense here.
Yeah, but Shelly doesn't.
No problem. True. True. We've got an Alfa Romeo having troubles around turn 1 area. I think that's capital.
Valentine picking up the position. And looks like Shelly's going to slot back out in 13th place. Now, say Yates has closed that gap back to Matt Rosie, so that deployment of Matt Rosie has not helped him whatsoever.
No, not at all. He's now going to be vulnerable next time I get to a DRS opportunity. Only 2/10 the difference. Much more ERS for the Ferrari. So, yeah, bit of a yo-yo effect going on here.
Yeah, for sure. These guys are just it's kind of a chess game a little bit. Hoxha's just kind of keeping pace, and Yates and Hoxa are both sitting in the same level of deployment to use.
And these 3 are the only ones with DRS sort of gaps to play with. Everyone else is like slightly spaced out, mostly 2 seconds. So the action is up the front here as Grim Reaper enters the pits. Yeah, you're going off mediums to hards. If he had another set of mediums, that would have been better, but not the case. He's also being held for some reason. Oh, it was a very slow pit stop, and I'm not entirely sure why.
Valentine brings out a yellow in sector 3, but he's back up and running here. Grim Reaper into the pit.
Time to look at the lead, I think.
Yes,
Matt Rosie is under pressure, down the inside. Oh, a bit of a lock-up from the Ferrari, but maintains it.
Ooh, Hoxha now as well. Ooh, and yeah, Hoxha's going to deploy a little bit here. And this might be a 3-way battle here into turn 9.
Yeah, it's going to be...
Ooh,
okay, 3-1, 3-1.
Why not?
Sheesh.
Oh.
No contact somehow. And around the outside is going to work for Matt. Brilliant move. Although, dear, that's a death. Yeah. So Yates tried to block off the manoeuvre there from Hoxhead, and I think he didn't time it perfectly at all. And repays the clash from earlier in the race. I think they came together on lap 1, didn't they?
Yeah, I think you're right. Maybe the first time it was Hoxton's issue. Now this time it would have been Seiya Yain, but both times Seiya Yain's the ones that lose all the positions in the end. And that brings Scott Palmer within DRS to Hoxton and Matt Rosie 2 seconds up the road.
Yeah, so we need to find out if either second or fourth place have damage from that. I imagine maybe an end plate sort of thing. Neither of them pit, of course.
Shelley almost outbroke himself right into the back of Valentine.
Wow.
Swerved to avoid. I don't know if you caught that, but he was...
I did. I caught that as he said it. The DRS manoeuvre might be on the cards here for Palmer, although great traction again from Hoxton. Seems to really know how to get the car off the corner, particularly low-speed corners. And no move on.
Scott Palmer needs quite a bit of ERS to save up here. I mean, Hoxton doesn't really have much either. But yeah, you're exactly right. It looks like Hoxton just knows exactly how to get the best launch out of the turn before the DRS straight, and that'll make it really difficult for Scott Palmer to try and get second place in this race.
And Hoxton actually has 8 laps to get back to Matt Rosie, and I think he has a decent chance of it. Although the gap is now sort of coming back up to the 2 seconds, he had closed it in the first couple of sectors. So it's possible that he's got some sort of setup that runs much better on a straight line than, for example, Matt. He has an opportunity to get back within DRS and maybe make a move.
So Tiger actually had a potential move on Nicky there, but opted to not go for it. And now he's actually got Nicky under a little bit of stress here, coming out of turn 7 and 8, and still not now he's deploying ERS, decides to go for the move at this point, and now he will go around the outside, making things a little bit more difficult than it needs to be as Tiger NASCAR. And a couple pit stops from Hightower and A. Daltonian there.
Yeah, Hightower finally making his first pit stop. He's going to go to the soft compound. Bold manoeuvre there on the Haas, but I think it makes sense. He should make it to the end with no issues. What did A. Daltonian go for? Softs as well.
So I think Matt Rosie deployed a little bit of ERS there because he now has...
Ooh, side by side out of the pits. That was very close. Hightower and Shelley. Still side by side, in fact. And the softs come down the inside. They're going to have Capital to deal with as well on this straight. Both of them will have DRS. Capital won't be able to defend, I don't think. He's got no ERS whatsoever.
Oh, a lead change. Matt Rosie's lost out. I'm not sure. He must have gotten a little bit of trouble there again because he had 2 seconds up on Hoxton, and now he's right in the battle with these 2 drivers as well.
I think we also had Seiya Yain lose the rear of the car and lose a position to Kittenpatter in the process. Shelley and Hightower both blasting past Capital in that time period. It looks like Hightower will be on the back of Shelley at some stage with the fresh, soft compound.
I'm not sure. I didn't exactly catch what happened there for Rosie, but now he's got a lot more work to do.
And once again, it's a 3-car fight at the front because Palmer is directly behind with a big helping of DRS to boot. All of them in the 20s, so ERS percentage.
Solo penalty. Yeah, but I mean it's going to be very difficult for Matt Rosie now because he's kind of taking over the position of Scott Palmer, somehow slotting in between those 2 after his stint. He's going to have to find a very interesting way to make that position up on Hoxton.
Here comes Nicky down the inside of Swee at that hairpin, although who gets DRS here? I think it's Nicky.
Yes.
Yeah, it is. That's unfortunate for Swee. They were right next to each other, but he's going to lose out completely. However, the next straight might be a way back through, but the hard tyre is not going to get the traction that Nicky's going to get on those softs, I imagine. And very sideways across the curb as well, and it's going to be Tiger NASCAR with a great run off the corner. Wiggles his way past. That was a lot of wheel spin he had there, but makes the position on Swee.
Oh, God, Palmer is really close to Matt Rosie at this point. swing around the turn to go into our first DRS straight. We'll see if maybe got Palmer has anything here on Rosie. It doesn't look like he's going to be deploying any DRS to try and battle. It looks like Matt Rosie hasn't either. Actually, maybe loading up a little bit of ERS here. Now has,
it's always a good idea to save the ERS when you can. And you got to feel like Palmer might be through on Matt at this stage if Matt didn't himself have DRS as well.
Daltonian slides past Houdini as he brings himself up into 7th. He's got quite a ways to go to try and close that gap with Jeremy Racer.
Here comes Hightower on Shelley. Not quite later on the brakes, probably wise though. And they're both going to find themselves probably passing Houdini very soon. Well, not with the traction that Hightower got there. Shelley ducks into the slipstream there. Can he make it around the outside? Later on the brakes. It's a good move. It's a very good move from Shelley. And Hightower follows him. Blasts the ERS on the exit. And a beautiful move there from the Haas. Well done, Hightower.
Yeah, Houdini now kind of ailing a little bit on these mediums at this point. On lap 25 here, once again, this lead pack here coming through the first DRS straight. Doesn't look like anything's going to change though at this point as well. A lot of the moves are coming through the middle of the field. The leader's not looking like they want to go crazy quite at this point yet. Matt Rosie is loading up his ERS though, so we might see him pull something soon.
Yeah, this looks like it might be a last lap attempt. You're going to build up some ERS. Oxford is kind of using it to stay there. So that might not be the best move there, but you know, we can't tell. Can't tell until right at the end. Chittenpetter sort of lonely in 4th place there, hoping for something to go wrong up front to grab a podium.
Yeah,
same story for Saya Irons.
7 seconds up the road is the lead pack, and then 8 seconds behind, 9 seconds behind really is the closest driver. So yeah, he's just kind of going in his own space.
Next battle is for 7th. Shelley is approaching the rear of Daltonian. 2 Honda-powered cars here with a Ferrari-powered Haas right behind. Robert Yates also closing in on Houdini. Looks like the fight for hardest charge is going to be between Daltonian and Houdini. Unless something goes wrong at the front, Chittenpetter can improve on 7.
Matt Rosie.
As here goes Shelley.
We might have a potential move coming up here for the lead. Matt Rosie is far closer to Hoxit here. Is he going to hit the deployment this time? No, does not feel it.
No, he's saving it. He's looking at that flashing red light in front of him and just licking his chops for the last few laps, I think.
Yeah, definitely. For sure knows now that Hoxit's struggling on that.
Shelley is now definitely close enough to make a move.
Oh, and Matt Rosie. Matt Rosie spins.
Oh, no. Well, that was what Chittenpetter was asking for. Now onto the podium as Shelley passes Daltonian. So both AlphaTauris moving up within seconds of each other there. Does Matt Rosie have damage? Is he going to be able to continue in P4? Massively understeering. I think he's got damage.
We'll see if he just decides to stay out. Has 3 seconds behind him.
Might as well stay out.
Yeah, 5-6 seconds.
Only
behind.
2 laps left.
Yeah. Yeah, just a heartbreak. I feel Matt Rosie goes for so many heartbreaks in the racing. I swear to God.
He did have the most ERS of that front 3 as well. So now the it falls to got Palmer to try and do something about Hoxton's lead. He's definitely close enough. Does he wait for the last lap? Does he go for it now? I think he's saving his ERS still, which is smart. Very smart.
Yeah, and you can see the recharging of Hoxton as well. So Hoxton's still deploying as much as he can. A very late break has got Palmer. Maybe he'll broke himself a little bit there.
Not great there. He needs to stay within DRS. That's key. He might use a bit of ERS to make sure that's the case. Yeah, he does. That could end up hurting him though when he tries to go for the move in the end. Hightower seems to have fallen off the battle in front a little bit. Could be to do with the softs ailing at this point. We've got someone having trouble entering the pits, it looks like. I think it's Tiger. Oh, spins actually as he comes into the pits and gets reset automatically, I believe. Probably going to go for our fastest lap attempt, I would say. What is the fastest lap right now? It's actually Hocksteed has it, 27.2. New front wing there as well for the Alpine, who is going to be lapped actually. So will he have time to that fastest lap? I don't think he does.
Maybe not in this position.
He might do actually. He might do. Yellow flags for a Aston Martin. That's Valentine struggling there. Swee will be hoping to get that position if he can.
So here we go. We got Palmer really close under the back of Hocksteed as we exit turn 5. Not going to deploy it here. Doesn't think that this is the moment.
No, the moment is definitely out of the next chicane, but probably next lap. Probably next lap. Much better than last lap through there from the Alfa Romeo. Still got to avoid that inside curb on the right-hander though. Hocksteed gets fantastic traction though. That might be the way that he defends this, even without having much ERS to do that with.
Yeah, pretty much every time he gets such a good launch out of the turn there.
Bit wide from got Palmer. Still fine though. Doesn't look like there's any other battles to really be keeping an eye on right now. Currently Houdini with the most positions gained at 9, so he's looking at that point. A couple of drivers with 8 though, so if he slips up at all, they will pounce on that. Okay, here we go, last lap. Hocksteed, the race leader, 3/10 advantage over Got Palmer. Very close. This will be close enough if he gets out of the corner before the DRS straight. That close, but will he get out of the corner before the DRS straight that close? That's the question.
He's already deploying a little bit here.
Oh!
And then
gets sideways. That could have been it. We've got a Ferrari problem there. Or
now he's really deploying.
I think, yeah. Okay, there's still a possibility here. There's still a possibility. He needs to nail this chicane though. He's hit the curb.
Goes over the curb.
Might as well dump the battery now, see what happens. Okay, if you're close enough, you can make something work into this next braking zone, but this has to be perfectly executed. Could be a big collision if you get this wrong.
No, it doesn't look like it's any viable at all there.
Alternate lines for the last few corners. I think Sion is having some real issues here. I'm not sure if it's a puncture or out of fuel or something. I'm not going to take my eyes off this battle for the win.
Yeah.
Last braking point will be an opportunity potentially.
Just cut the turn.
No, don't take Baptist's advice. Hocksteed wins the race.
Very hard fought from Hocksteed. Very good in defense as well when asked upon. Got Palmer, unfortunately, just finding a little bit of issues there coming in second.
Tiger does grab that fast lap for a point.
But yeah, very solid job done there by Kittenpetter. Kind of untalked about really up until he came on the podium. Matt Rosie, the heartbreaking 4th place.
It seemed like he didn't make any mistakes, which is a very important thing to do. And it is a rear right puncture for the Ferrari of Sion, who was doing so well and in the top 5 for the majority of the race.
Hightower spins in the final turn. Is Houdini going to be able to get him? No, Hightower's going to be able to just roll over the finish line there for 9th place, so only losing 1 position after that spin.
Houdini started last, finishes 10th, so it's 10 positions gain for Hardest Charger by 1 over 8 Altonians 9. And Swee now gets Sion's. Yeah. You can't lose any more positions, but that's a really sad way to end your race for the Ferrari driver. Actually, reasonably impressive not to spin with a rear puncture. As he does spin.
I think he's just having fun at this point.
Yeah, fair enough. One thing to keep an eye on post-race, though, will be that if Hoxid and Sayan still have each other investigated, it could be a win for Got Palmer in the end, but we won't know until much later when stewards get to have a look at it.
That's definitely. Yeah, that was just too perfectly timed the way that you said that.
Yeah. Man, I didn't think commentator's curse was really a thing, but the number of times it has happened,
Yeah.
it must be.
Yeah, no, it is. The racing gods just listen.
Indeed.
Okay, so let's get the winner in here. Second place. Podium. And Kitten. And hardest charger. Should we do a hardest charger or Adel Tony? Because he had a really good race as well. And he finished like sixth.
No, it was Houdini.
Okay.
So there's your final standings for the race. Hoxid wins the race, albeit prior to steward discussions. Probably going to take the championship lead as well, given he was 4th last week, and the top 3 from last week had a pretty shocking race. It's got Palmer and Kitten Petter on the podium. Matt Rosie salvages P4 after all that. Grim Reaper 5th. Shelley with a reasonably good 6th place after having some early issues. Adel Tony up 9 for 7th place. Albert Yates, Hightower, Houdini making up the rest of the top 10. Then it's Nicky, Helg, Capital, Valentine, Swee, Saya Irons with the unfortunate puncture towards the end. Tiger, NASCAR, fastest lap, albeit a lap down. And then the 3 retirements, VTech, T-Brum, and No Joke.
Yeah, the definitely a big change from the Canadian one too that we had at the beginning there.
True. Neither of them ending up on the podium.
Okay, so Got Palmer's gonna come in, but we have to remember that he is deaf, so we just gotta DM him the questions.
Oh. Actually, Crash, I might actually have to go, so if you can do the podium interviews alone, that would be much appreciated. I shall see you next week.
Okay, sounds good.
Alright.
Have a
Goodbye,
good one,
everybody.
dude. Okay, so as per usual, just wait for everyone to get in. And then we'll get on to the interviews. Let's get the thing set up here. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, sorry, just getting the guys ready. Why all the dead air crash? I don't know. Can you hear the loop track? It says it's playing. Dude. Okay, we got everyone in for the interview. Oh my god, dude. I'm only coming to talk to Jacko. Matt Rosie, that's too bad because Jacko's not in here anymore. Okay. Well, let's do some mic checks here. We'll start with Bobbert. Mic check.
Hello.
Yeah, that's working. Houdini, mic check.
Mic check, mic check.
Yeah, you're good. Matt Rosie, mic check.
Mic check.
Say Yines.
Check, 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 check.
Okay, I just messaged Got Palmer. Hopefully he gets that and does a little mic check for us here. But okay, doesn't seem like we're getting the race winner in here. So and then Got Palmer's deaf, so hopefully he can read whenever he's ready to talk there. Oh, here we go. Mic check. Okay, I'll just send him his questions. Okay, let's see how we can do this here. I just messaged him. We can have a little bit of patience here for Got Palmer. Oh, I can't speak for shit. I'm 100% damn deaf. Okay. No, I really would like to hear him, honestly. We'll see. Okay. Well, we'll see about Got Palmer. I guess we'll default now to third place, Kitten Petter. You're here, right? I did a mic check on you.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, beautiful. Okay. Oh my God, Shelly, how do you still have access to this channel? But anyhow, don't say anything. Kitten Petter, a solid third place from you, kind of a secret third place from you. It didn't. It kind of came out of nowhere, really. And if Got Palmer kind of jumps in here and starts talking, then just let him go ahead. But anyway, we'll start with you. Otherwise, you just kind of popped into third place there. I mean, how did things kind of work for you just to fall to that position? I mean, of course, other than some spins, but the race obviously went well for you. But I mean, talk me through a little bit of it.
Yeah, it was a little anonymous. I mean, first I want to thank my personal sponsor, Busch Light. But it was a pretty good start. I think I got up to 6th in the first lap. Just kind of sat back there. And sat through that first safety car. Some guys jumped on the hards and figured that was probably not the move. And I think that wound up being what happened towards the end. But yeah, I mean, aside from I got stuck behind a couple guys, I think on that second restart once I got on the hards. So that kind of disconnected me from Palmer up front. I'm not even sure if I would have been able to keep up. Under that first safety car, I actually got diffuser damage. Someone hit me in the gearbox, I think. So, yeah, I don't think I had a ton of speed. I was just looking for a decent result tonight. Got involved in a crash last week, and that's not exactly the way I wanted to start the season. But yeah, I mean, it was pretty straightforward after that. I mean, I didn't make a ton of on-track passes. I didn't really get involved in too much. Just tried to drive my race, manage the tires, manage the diffuser damage, and yeah, pretty happy coming out P3.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, things didn't really go your way in Division 1. I mean, why don't you talk a little bit about that? I mean, I'm sure you would have hoped that, I imagine so, that you felt that you could have done better definitely than being relegated.
Oh, yeah,
why
for
don't you
sure.
talk
I mean,
a little bit about that.
Yeah, last season was pretty disappointing. Overall, I think I got taken out in a straight line in 3 of the 10 races that I was in, so that's not really a great start. I think really the 3 races that I had that were unaffected by shenanigans, I finished in the top 5 twice and 7th in the other. So overall, like, I felt like my pace was there when I had the opportunity to show it. I really don't have any doubt that I could run, no worse than 10 to 12th in Div 1, but unfortunately, yeah, I mean, shout out to your great camera work, got me suspended for a race. But I kind of tried to.
I don't know how I always find them. It just happens.
That's probably the first time I've ever done that in like 300 league races. But I was so fed up at that point by just getting run into nonstop. But like the.
You were looking forward to this interview to call me out, eh?
Oh yeah, I've been looking forward to it. But I mean, yeah, overall it wasn't great. It wasn't a terrible. I mean, overall, I think I'm probably more P or Div 2 pace. I'm kind of washed up now, I think I would say, especially on this on this new handling with the traction in this game. Really struggled with, so it's kind of hard to find the same consistency that I always used to have in terms of race pace. But overall, I mean, can't complain too much. I think I should be top 5, top 6-ish most of the time around here. I know it seems like Div 2's gotten a lot faster than it was a couple seasons ago when I was up in here. But
oh yeah, that's for sure.
If I can buckle down on the race pace, I definitely like the fact that it's no ABS, no traction now. I feel like that gives me an advantage because that's how I've always driven. I think could have a good season here. So looking forward to it overall. And the schedule's a lot better than last season. Good Lord, the schedule was awful last season.
Yeah. Sorry, Sully literally just punched my camera off.
Yeah, it kind of sounded like something was going on there.
Okay, yeah. So a little bit of unfortunate situation that happened for you in Division 1. I mean, it's just the way that goes. 3 people get relegated every season, and unfortunately, it kind of ends up being luck in a way, and it definitely did not go your way.
I kind of resigned myself to the fact that I was probably going to be getting relegated about 5 rounds in. Whenever I had like 2 DNFs, like a 5th place, like a 14th place, and I was really behind the 8 ball at that point. And then we hit tracks that I'm just absolutely awful at. So
it wasn't
really a surprise. Like the last 4 rounds, I was just letting the Div 2 guys get a chance up there to help them out. But yeah, you know how it goes. Sometimes it's not your year, but hopefully I'll have a little bit better luck this
sometimes
season.
she doesn't. Just the way she
Absolutely.
goes. The way she goes. Yeah, but I mean, a good little start here. You got a podium in Abu Dhabi. We go into the Thanksgiving break and then the Christmas break after that. So looking forward to trying to improve whatever you can off into the rest of this season, or at the end of this year, really, and then break into the second half of next season, or next year, with this season still being involved in it. But we've got a couple of tracks here: Great Britain, Azerbaijan, and Portugal being the American to Christmas break trio of tracks. How do you think you're going to end the season high? Are you going to end the season on a high, or are those tough tracks for you?
I think as I say, I mean, I'm aiming for top 5s. Consistency for the most part. It always used to be my thing. Wasn't so much last season, but looking to find that again. And I think Great Britain, Baku. It's not Baku, but Portugal. I'm a lot better on. I'm on pads, so I'm a lot better on purpose-built circuits as opposed to like the Jeddas and Miamis of the world where it's just constantly weaving left and right. So I'm looking forward to those 3. Definitely looking for some more good results here.
Awesome. Sounds good. Okay, as you can tell, we got 30 people in for the interview, so that'll be it for you, Kitten. But thank you very much for coming in. Yeah, best of luck. Actually, here, stick around. I'll come up with a good trivia. We have a lot of people in here. It'll be fun to try and get everyone.
Okay.
But here we go. So I've got Palmer's questions. I messaged him some questions, and he texted me back with the answers. He wasn't feeling comfortable to come in and try and answer them himself, so he's texted them into me to answer them for him. So first question that I asked him was, how long have you been racing in Midwest for? And then he says, I've been in Midwest since F1 2021, 3 seasons, he believes. So he says, thank you, Midwest, for having me here. I really enjoyed this league and looking forward to race with everyone here for many more years. Oh, there you go. And then I asked him, just know a little bit more about him. So not everyone does know that he is deaf, but I just asked him a little bit about that. Just kind of a fun question of, do you know sign language and how difficult was it to learn? If so, he said he was born deaf and his parents are deaf, his grandparents are deaf, and he is 3rd generation deaf family, so they teach me American Sign Language on day 1. Damn. It was not even difficult at all. It's just more second nature to him now. I could imagine. Like you learn how to speak or hear. Okay, there we go. And then I asked him, which constructor do you like driving for the most? His answer was McLaren is his favorite constructor. He's been rooting for Ricciardo and Norris, and he does enjoy driving for Alfa Romeo, though, this season. And as well, the final question, his goals for the rest of the season. His goal is to win the Drivers' Championship in Division 2 or even promote to Division 1 somehow. I need to find my consistency in this game, unlikely in F1 21, where he was pretty good at. He is also eyeing on winning the Constructors as well for the Alfa Romeo. So that was Got Palmer's questions and answers. I thank you very much to him for taking the time to answer all those that I had for him. And very congratulations on the podium to him, coming second in the race that was just before Kit Petter and just after Hawkstead, who is unfortunately not here for the interview. But we've got pretty much half of the grid here for the interview. We'll get on to the hardest charger man himself, Houdini, racking up, I think it was 10 positions in the end, starting 20th and finishing 10th. So with all the hardest charger questions, the first one tends to be is, what happened with the qualifying there, Houdini?
My worst in many seasons. Couldn't get a lap together. And I knew my pace, and I saw everything, and I was like, I'm not going to go back out because I would have gained a few positions. I knew that my race pace would be better, but I just kind of left it. The first lap, I did 2 out laps and went for it. And, at the end of the lap, I thought to myself, like, yep, that's a good 7 to 8 tenths off of what I thought it could be.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. I mean, it is what it is. Is this just not a good track for you, for maybe hot lap wise, or is it total race wise?
It's an okay track. It's not my favorite, but part of the thing on this game is the setups are so it's either great or you're battling it. So like after the tires get 10-15% wear, then my setup it didn't feel that I could push it 1,000%. So I did what I could today, race pace wise, but it was a setup that was still, needs another hour or two of tweaking for sure.
Oh, okay, fair enough. But yeah, like you said, you knew you had the race pace. You got it done in the end. I mean, a couple of safety cars kind of made things a little bit difficult for you. But are you content with how your strategy turned out from it? Having to kind of
yes,
change it on the
and
fly?
I was trying to be aggressive, and I had to change it on the fly twice. So I pitted under the first safety car for hards, thinking they might get to the end, but we'll see. And then when the second safety car came out, I thought, you know what? There's probably going to be a third. Let's put on some mediums and maybe put on another set of mediums, if there was another safety car. So I kind of switched things up and, tried to gain as much advantage as I could, because I knew the people at the top aren't going to let go of their track position.
Yeah, you think, but Matt Rosie wanted to prove you wrong there. Isn't that right, Matt?
Yeah.
Had to get that in. I'll get to you in a second.
Okay.
Okay, but all right, Udi. So now, kind of similar question to before there. Breaking off. Actually, no, you've been around Division 2 for quite some seasons now, haven't you? This is like your third or fourth season.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a gauntlet in here, isn't it?
Yeah, it's gotten faster every season. So the first season I could get a podium or a top 5. Right now it's about being consistent, and for me it's quali isn't going to be as strong as my race pace is. I need to put more time into the qualifying side of things, but starting off the season 10-10, that's 104 points, and there's multiple people that have been getting in accidents and spinning out. I've had 0 spins and just a decently stable results. So obviously I want to go up and get some more points and get some better results. But to start off 10-10, I'm pretty content with.
Okay, fair enough. Well, thank you very much for coming in for the interview here. I appreciate that. Stick around for a little bit of trivia if you're interested in it. I'm not allowed to give you any more free points, so I can't guarantee that.
Sounds good.
Okay. All right, we'll get on to you, Mr. Rosie there. So you're back out of retirement. Are you looking to try and get in full time once again?
I am. I'm third on the wait list now, I think.
Oh, okay.
I'm ready, but
what did you is your I mean like Tom Brady, where is your marriage on the rocks there, or did you initially say you're retiring and then you're back at it, so now you're divorced?
I don't know. My girlfriend's in my bed right now, so.
Oh, there you go.
Should I ask her?
Yeah, you should. Yeah.
Are you gonna leave me because I rejoined racing?
Yeah. She said yeah. So.
She was looking for an out. It sounds.
Yeah, we both have the flu right now, so she's probably even more mad today.
Oh, is that your fault?
No, it's hers.
Oh, okay. It's still your fault though.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, so you brought yourself back into. Okay, so you kind of had a little bit of. Was it difficult with the flu today?
I mean, it wasn't like a Michael Jordan flu game. I would say it was off my game a little bit, but no, I'm kind of washed up now.
Yeah, a lot less time put onto the. You have a sim, right? Or
no, I have a controller.
Oh, I could do a controller. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, well on you for being able to go as fast as you can with a controller.
Thanks.
Yeah, take the compliments from me while you can. But yeah, so you're kind of working your way into coming back. I mean, how many races have you kind of done since kind of trying to enter back into racing again?
Well, I took I think 4 months off the game completely, or 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
And then I did maybe 5 laps total between the 2 races I did because I crashed right away.
Yeah.
So it was nice to actually finish a race, and I mean, I only had 2 half spins and 1 spin, so it wasn't too bad. But it'll get there. It'll come back.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Well, we got a couple other guys to get through here, so if you want to hang around for the trivia after, then please do.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go to sleep, but pleasure being here. Pleasure talking to you again.
Yeah.
And
good.
thanks as always for a great stream, and congrats to the podium.
Yeah. Thank you, man. Enjoy. Get
Take
better
care.
soon.
Nice.
Okay, we'll get on to Bobbert Yates now, I guess. So why are you in here, Bobbert?
I just showed up.
Well, you begged to be in here, so what says
I don't know what you're talking about.
What do you bring to the table to this interview?
I bring a lot of wit and, yeah, that's about it.
Oh, really now? Okay.
Yeah.
So, well, you said there was heartbreak in your race. What happened there?
So after the first safety car, after the first safety car, I had spun myself off of the turn 2 corner. I think I got capital involved in that, so that's unfortunate, but spun myself, got beached, so I had to wait for everyone to go through, and then finally was able to get out. And then I was like begging for a safety car. Someone crashed, and I was like, "Oh hell yeah!" I'll put on the mediums no wait, that was before. I'm dumb. I don't know how to read time. I think Hell crashed on like the exit of the double left-hander, and I whacked into him and lost my wing, so I had to pit in for mediums. And then the second safety car happened, so that saved my race, and then I finished 8th. It's pretty much about that. And that was about as much heartbreak as you can think of for me.
Well, that's not too bad. I mean, you still finished
Not
and
too
got
bad.
points. You weren't ever
True.
leading at one point, but
Hmm?
you weren't leading the race at one point, and then just got
Yeah, that wasn't bad. It wasn't bad.
yeah.
It's pretty bad.
Oh, come on.
My standards are pretty high.
So now you're up in reserve here for Division 2, is that correct?
No, I'm full-time.
You're full time? How do you finished like
Don't question it. I get here by ways of exporting coke to pork or something. I don't know.
you finished 12th in Division 3 and got promoted?
Yeah.
There's some questions to be had about that. But okay, so
You
do
can ask for it.
do you feel like you have something to prove then with finishing there and getting the promotion?
Yes, because I'm just, yeah.
Okay, and then you feel do you feel like you're accustomed to the Division 2 difficulty that it is?
Obviously, yeah, ABS off is a very big challenge, but I think I've gotten it down pretty well. It's just chicanes that are really the most important corners to hit with ABS off. You know, if you miss that, you're gone. So you have
Okay.
to just hit those properly. I think you're fine after you start hitting the chicane corners well. So
Okay.
seems like a challenge, but yeah.
All right, fair enough. Okay, well, we've got say Yines to get to here, so I thank you very much and appreciate you popping by, and stay by for the trivia if you're interested.
Okay, thank you.
No worries.
Oh, by the way, Shelly, I love you.
Oh, isn't that nice? Isn't that nice, Shelly?
Thanks.
That's really nice of him. Okay, say Yines if you're still here. Unmute yourself.
Yeah, I'm still alive.
Good stuff. Okay, so now I'm pronouncing your name correctly, right? Because Jacko's having troubles.
Good enough.
No, Sayayines, right?
Yeah, it's Spanish, but like, don't
Yeah.
worry about it. Just call me Say.
Say. No, I need to. I have that Spanish blood in me. My mother would be disappointed, even though she never taught me Spanish, which is kind of a joke. But anywho, besides the point. Yeah. So you kind of came in here. You got dummied twice. Do you think what says you on both of those situations there? The first one and the first lap.
For the spin,
Yes.
honestly, I think Hoxton had a poor run, and I was down and I was in the inside lane, but I don't think he noticed me and didn't give me the room, and I spun.
Yeah, that was Jacko's view as well. So yeah, I think you're spot on with that one. What about the second one there? The second contact that you two had.
The second contact was, I believe, out of the long left-hander,
Mm-hmm.
and we were 3 wide, and I didn't know where Hoxton was. I don't know if he was on my outside, my inside, because it was 3 cars at once heading into one corner, and I just didn't know where Hoxton was, and he was at my right rear.
Yeah, it's so difficult with it's almost luck to get out of that, really. But you gotta feel pretty hard done by in this race, kind of showing the pace that you did, and kind of winding up with an unfortunate finish. I mean, but still, does that were you expecting much from Saudi Arabia? Saudi. It's not Saudi. Goddamn Abu Dhabi. Or is this one of your favorable tracks?
It's a track that I don't hate. It's okay, but I definitely should have been up there. I can't lie with you. I should have been on the podium. That's a big disappointing result for me. What, the qualifying P4 just to finish P16? That's just not for my standards. I do not like. Should have been more.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, everything can't go perfect, right? So it is what it is. Kind of finishing back there. You think Division 1 is in the future for you?
I mean, I would love to go try to challenge.
Oh my God.
So that's just trying
Sorry,
to recover the
you
points
gotta-
lost in the first two.
You got to repeat that. My
What?
cat kicked me out of the party.
Oh no, my cat's in my room too. So-
That's what they were saying.
It's Mike Wazowski. He's just a little shit.
No, but well, I got that. Focus is on this season right now. I'd love to make D1, but focus is this season for
Okay,
sure.
fair enough.
I have that.
Go ahead. My apologies.
I have that Charles Leclerc luck right now with Ferrari.
Oh yeah, that's a great luck. That is good luck to have.
It was bad,
Yeah.
but it's what it is. It's racing.
So now going from F1 2021 to 2022, how difficult was it for you?
It's not bad. Just an adjustment you make, and you just adjust every week and hope for the best.
Okay. Fair enough. All right, thank you very much. Stick around for the trivia after I just quickly get through Shelly. He's not going to say much. I'm going to cut him off most of the time, but thank you for coming in. Best of luck for the rest of the season. Hopefully I can have you in for another interview before the end.
And for sure, that's the goal here.
Beautiful. Okay, Shelly, what do you want to say?
I just came here, a little reunion. No, that's all.
Do you think you earned your spot in here, Shelly?
Yeah, 100%.
By doing what?
I took an off-roading course in the middle of the race and went over, the middle sector there in Sector 1. Only people in Ohio would do that, but I decided to do it here in Abu Dhabi.
Fair enough. And did it gain you at all an advantage in this race?
No, I probably lost out in like P4, but it's all right.
Do you think you're going to be trying that approach in future races?
Yeah. I mean, hey, it was kind of fun. Got a little thrill, a little adrenaline running through my system. Something like an Ohio person would do.
Oh, okay, fair enough. All right, well, is there anything left to say, or can we get into the interview and close the stream down?
Have fun.
Okay, so thank you very much, Shelly. Everyone, we are going to get in for the fun little trivia here. Everyone is available to try and answer it. I'll see if I can try and get an extra point to whoever gets this trivia question correct. I'll message Pork after, and I'll put in a solid effort to try and get whoever gets this trivia question correct an extra point on their Drivers' Championship attempt to make it into the higher divisions. So, if you have the correct answer, the buzzer will be Terry's Chocolate Orange. Why not? As you can tell, I was looking around for something in my room and I saw one. So, if you have the correct answer, please yell out Terry's Chocolate Orange. Be sure to unmute yourself beforehand. But to the question, it is a quick one, and it is an F1 Midwest F1 history one. Okay, so who was on the first Constructors' Championship win in the Midwest F1 Division 1? Name one of the two drivers.
Terry's Chocolate Orange.
Yes.
Oh, you okay?
Yeah, Cat's just being an idiot.
Sorry, that was kinda
broke
funny.
his controller.
Cam.
That is correct. It is Cam. Cam was one of the two drivers. Does anyone else know the second one?
Kenny.
Mystic Joker?
No.
I have no clue.
Mystic Joker did compete with the team once.
Seabury.
It was C. Berry. Okay.
Oh
now
my
Good
goodness.
guess.
I did not look that up. That is something I know.
Nerd. Okay, Shelly, mute yourself. Does anyone know the constructor?
I'm gonna go Williams.
No, that is incorrect.
Alpine.
That is also incorrect. Alpine wasn't even in the game.
Definitely Ferrari.
That is also incorrect.
How many guesses do we get?
Sayayin,
Mercedes?
No, incorrect. You guys are going to go through
Damn.
them all.
Renault.
Oh, there you go. Houdini got it. It was
I
Renault.
basically said that. Shut up.
No, you didn't.
I'm
I
sad.
hate you. I absolutely despise you, Crash.
Oh, get over it.
I won't.
God damn it! I'm so
as
bad
well
at
as,
this
as well
sport.
as get in line. You're not the first.
You know what? Fair enough. I'm gonna go get Grand Champion now.
Sounds good. Best of luck in that. But anywho, thank
I'm
you.
gonna
all
go
for-
cry myself to sleep.
Okay. Good luck with that.
Indeed,
Make sure you bring a towel.
for sure.
But anywho, thank you all for coming in for the interviews. Best of luck to the rest of your seasons and seasons in the future in the Midwest F1 League. Hopefully you guys enjoy everything that we have for all of you drivers and everything. I appreciate it all. So yes. Anything left to say from any of you guys? Any shout-outs, any birthdays or anything?
Yeah, thank you guys for putting on the stream tonight. And hey, yeah, it's nice to hear a new voice up there.
Zayn?
I love
Where-
Sean.
Where's the stream?
It's on Twitch, man.
No, I didn't see it. Then.
You get the notification every time we go live.
Oh, it said D1 though.
Yeah, I did that by accident.
That's why I was like, oh, that's not our stream.
Disrespecting us, Crash.
Yeah, I know I make
Yeah.
mistakes. But okay. You guys gotta get out of here. You don't have to go home. You
Okay.
can't stay here.
We're already
back to
home.
Ohio. Shit.
Okay, I guess.
All right, yep.
Shelly.
Okay. And yeah, now it's just me and you guys. Those Nimrods left, with all due respect. But anywho, hopefully everyone did enjoy what was on display. That was a long-ass interview session. We were almost at 2 hours for the stream, which, I mean, in comparison to a lot of other people's stream, isn't that long, but it is for me. So, hopefully, everyone stays safe this Thursday, and as well as has a good Thanksgiving dinner for all of those that do enjoy it. And as well, if you're an international, be sure to check out the It's Not My Thanksgiving 1v1v1v1 showdown. So hopefully you will all be in tune to watch that next week. And if you are, I'll see you next week. But until then, as per usual, have a safe weekend, have some safe turkey, have some safe beers, all that good stuff. I've been Crash McQueen. I've been joined by, actually earlier on, by El Majacco, the usual co-host from this point forward. We've been Midwest F1 League. Goodbye.